Okay, I've just received some incredibly disturbing news from the online world. Chris Weston Chandler, known for their infamous Sonichu comics and committing with their own mother, has just revealed to everybody by answering a super chat that they are expecting a baby sometime next summer in 2025.
When the child is actually coming into play, or somewhere around that point, or I just might keep y'all in the dark and let y'all know it and wait till after the child is born.
Oh, come on, Diesel. This is supposed to be a happy time. Chris Chan has made a few mistakes in their life, a couple of hiccups, but we should be happy that they're finally changing for the better.
No, I've said this before, and I cannot think of a better example than this particular incident, but some people should just do the world a favor and never procreate. Not everyone is made to have kids, and I know that sounds harsh and a little fucked up, but if I had to choose between Chris Chan being my family versus a pack of rabid coyotes, I'm running into that fucking forest. If you don't know who Chris Chan is, I do not have the time to go over the entire lore. I gave you a little bit of an introduction in the beginning, and that information should be enough to tell you that this individual should not be having a child. So if you think I'm being a dick, go watch a lore video on Chris Chan, and then you come back and tell me I'm still being a mean old bully. While researching this topic, I unfortunately laid eyes upon people making fan art of Chris Chan being pregnant, and it is probably one of the most egregious things I've ever laid my eyes on. Now, I can't show it on YouTube because I don't want my channel to get removed for harassment, but I also don't want to suffer alone after seeing this grotesque abomination. So I'm just going to flash it on the screen fast enough that the YouTube bot doesn't detect it, but it'll be on the screen long enough for you to comprehend what you're looking at.
Solar flare!
Anyways, going back to Chris Chan Jr., we're not entirely sure who the mother is, but there does seem to be 3 options on the table right now. If you follow the Chris Chan lore by reading the manga, you would know that there exists a tiny European woman named Flutter, who Chris Chan is very close with, and may be the one carrying the seed of Sonichu. We don't know much about her besides what Christorians, who are people who research Chris Chan's life, have researched, and really all they found out is her nickname Flutter is after a character in My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and she's from Finland. I guess good choice for childbearing. The second theory is that Chris Chan is actually the father and the mother. If you didn't know, Chris is transgender, and it's very possible they converted their butthole into a vagina. I can imagine Chris having the schlong of a horse, so they would definitely be able to loop that thing around and multiply a couple of butt babies. So it is entirely possible that Chris is the one that's pregnant. And before you guys ask, yes, I was homeschooled. Even so, there is some evidence to suggest Chris Chan is carrying their own seed. A couple of years ago when Chris got arrested for bad touching his demented, bedridden, destitute mother, they accidentally passed gas in front of the cops committing the arrest.
I need a moment. Okay. Pardon my flatulence.
Science does prove that pregnant women do pass gas more often due to hormonal changes. The evidence is all there. Or it could be theory number 3, where Chris Chan Jr. was merely conceived in a laboratory. Either way, I already feel bad for this kid, and it's not even born yet. At some point, this child is going to look back on Daddy Chan's lore, finding out about Sonichu, the arrest video, what happened to his own grandma, and have to come to terms with this individual being his father / mother. As soon as the Chris Chan fetus enters this world, he needs to legally change his name, crawl to the closest forest, and live amongst the coyotes. At least then he'll have a chance. This is honestly one of the main reasons why I keep my identity hidden. It's so my future kids aren't embarrassed by my antics on YouTube. Now, granted, I've never done anything remotely on the same level as getting arrested for boinking my own mother, only to get out of prison early by blaming my autism. But would I want my own child to watch my videos? Hell no. My child is going to be president one day, and he can't be corrupted by my content.